All right, how y'all doing? What's going on? How you guys feeling? Welcome to the show. You are here at the Messy Sweet Spot. I'm your host, Miss Gigi, and we gotta talk about this. Jasmine, when I tell you, we have to protect Jasmine at all costs because they are gonna come for Jasmine, but we gotta protect her. When I tell you she is destroying Majorie, she is destroying all these false claims out here. Man, when I tell you the clips I have to show you guys in this video, you're just going to be mind blown. And you guys know Majorie, you know she's clapping back. You know she has a lot to say about when Jasmine asked, she was inquiring about, is it okay for her to call people, built bad butch bodies? She didn't call Taylor that, but Taylor felt it. And that's why she took it as, I guess, how she took it, because now she's clapping back and she's talking about her built body. So we got to talk about that. And it's just so much out here. Hey, how you guys doing? Now, you guys know I love when you guys call in. And let me put the link up here for the live streamers that want to call in as well. How y'all doing? What's up, Lisa? Yes, I'm glad that you guys are here. Let me play this little clip. I saw this clip at the Damage Report. Shout out to the Damage Report. And when I tell you Jasmine, she is good.
What is wild to me is that this word patriot seems to be getting co-opted for propagandists, because that's what they do. All right. So we're going to talk about what my colleague from Georgia, she talked about misinformation, and I don't know what she was talking about, but nevertheless, we can look at her own tweets and we can find plenty of misinformation.
The hypocrisy of Majorie Greene is astounding, and Representative Jasmine Crockett is having none of it in this House Oversight Committee.
So I'm going to fast forward it.
Power, and they information. If it was
Representative Jasmine Crockett is having none of it in this House Oversight Committee meeting.
But the biggest problem that we have is we have people that sit in this chamber and they spread the misinformation. If it was left in Russia or China, whatever. But the problem is that you have people that sit in positions of power and they have a $2 million budget. You think that they would call on some staff to find out if they were telling the truth about the things that they're putting on social media, but instead it works for their rhetoric. And as we talk about rhetoric, something else that was appalling to me was this insinuation that when you look at the Ukrainians, which is why we're having problems getting the funding that Ukraine needs, is because people in this chamber push misinformation and disinformation. They want to talk about the Ukrainians got all of these Nazis. Well, let me tell you something. You can find Nazis anywhere. You can find them right here in the United States. In fact, a bunch of the people that they're calling victims and prisoners of war, also known as convicted felons from January 6th.
What?
I have an article that I'd like to enter into the record by unanimous consent that says neo-Nazi January 6th rioter pleads guilty.
Without objection.
Thank you so much. So here's the point. We have people in this chamber that are actually causing just as much a threat, if not more of a threat, to our own country.
Are you serious? You got people in the chamber supporting Nazis out here? I had no idea this was going on. Press 1 if that is true, that the people in the chamber are supporting Nazis right here in America. Press 7 if you do not believe it's true. When I tell you I'm learning so much, I had no idea none of this was going on. But this is just how Jasmine is exposing Majorie Taylor Greene. She is a fraud. All she does is lie. She starts stuff. She is an agent of chaos. And that's all she does, is spread a lot of misinformation and lies to push certain agendas. And Jasmine is calling her out. And ain't nobody calling her out but Jasmine. And that's why she can't stand Jasmine. That's why she's always want to talk about Jasmine eyelashes or try to degrade her or make her feel less beautiful. And I know she ain't talking about nobody eyelashes or appearance with that built body, butch body that she got. Right. Let's go.
We should be talking about holding our very own accountable for the misinformation and disinformation that they are spreading, whether it's coming out of China, whether it's coming out of Russia, or whoever is peddling it. It is a problem because right now what we see is that people are dying and we cannot get the support that we need from the public because they continue to peddle lies. And I'm tired of it because I didn't come to this chamber to play games. I came to this chamber to answer to the people, the American people, and to make sure that we keep the American people safe.
And now they're going.
I know that's right. I know that's right. I'm not going to play the whole video, but when I just tell you that is just a little bit of Jasmine, and she is nothing to play with. Now, recently, a lot of people, how I got invested with Jasmine was this court hearing when Marjorie Taylor, she started making insults about Jasmine, and the whole Congress, they changed the laws. The laws were you do not insult anybody, okay? You come up here and we're going to have a professional discussion, but these suckers can't even do that. So when Marjorie did put an insult on her, talking about your eyelashes is blinding you from reading the paper or whatever, they changed the rules for the white girl, okay? And then they passed it and they wanted Jasmine, the black girl, to just be quiet and take it. And Jasmine said, no, we need to get some clarifications here because this is not right. Y'all not about to play with me like this, okay? Check this out.
Judge Mershon's daughter.
Please tell me what that has to do with Merrick Garland.
Is she a porn star?
Oh, Goldman. That's right. He's advising. Okay.
He's advising who? What? Do you know what we're here for? You know we're here about
I don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
Order.
Mr. Chairman,
That's beneath
would
even
you
order.
please get in the order of your committee?
Order.
Please.
There's a point of order.
We have a point of order. Mr. Lynch, state your point.
Mr. Chairman, I would just like to ask the parliamentarian if your conduct here in raising money in connection with this hearing is referable to the Ethics Committee within this hearing. Is a motion in order to refer your conduct and your abuse of
It's not a point of order.
Mr. I do have a point of order, and I would like to move to take down Ms. Greene's words. That is absolutely unacceptable. How dare you attack the physical appearance of another person?
Are your
Move
feelings hurt?
her words down. Oh, girl, baby girl.
Oh, really?
Don't even play.
Baby girl?
We are going to move, and we're going to take your words down.
I second that motion.
So who will have to pay? Okay. All right. We're suspending.
This is a mess. So I'm going to fast forward here. They were talking about it, and they decided to change the ruling for Marjorie to let it go through. And then that's when Jasmine wanted to get some clarification before moving on.
4 minutes and 21 seconds. There's a motion. Ms. Greene, do you wish to strike your words?
I have 4 minutes and 21 seconds to speak.
I think we have to do the motion first, and then unless there's another motion, then you'll be recognized again. But I believe there's another motion coming. So you agree to strike your words?
Yeah.
Okay. Ms. Greene agrees to strike her words.
I believe she should apologize. No.
Okay, hold on. Then after Mr. Perry's going to be recognized, then Ms. Greene
I'm not
has 4 minutes and
apologizing.
21
Well,
seconds.
then reserve the right to object.
I am not apologizing.
Now let's go. Come on, guys.
Why don't you debate me?
Mr. Chairman, the minority.
Pretty self-evident.
You're not.
Yeah, you're not. You don't have enough
You're out of order.
intelligence.
Chair recognizes Mr. Perry.
Okay, move to strike
I'd like to strike those words as well.
Move to strike the lady's words again.
That's 2 requests to strike. That's 2 requests to strike.
Oh, they cannot take the word.
There's another motion to strike her words again. Please
All right.
get
Okay.
your members under
Here's
control.
the correct priority. Ms. Greene, do you agree to unanimous consent to strike your words?
I repeat again for the second time. Yes, I'll strike
right.
my words,
That-
but I'm not
all right.
apologizing.
Without objection, without
Not
objection.
apologizing.
Chair
Reserving the right to
recognize-
object.
No,
Chairman, I
Chair
reserve the right to object.
recognizes
I
Mr. Perry.
reserve the right to object.
Chairman, I move that Mr. Goldman's words and Ms. Ocasio-Cortez's words be stricken.
Okay.
Which words, and you have to do it contemporaneously, object. The objection must be contemporaneous, and they haven't spoken in 10 minutes.
Nobody's spoken in 10 minutes.
Well, that's right, therefore defeating your proposal.
You all have. So that's my motion, Mr. Chairman.
We weren't able to.
But I object. It doesn't refer to anything that's on the floor. Ms. Ocasio-Cortez objected immediately and instantaneously, as you're supposed to do under the rules and precedents of the House of Representatives.
So the first time he couldn't.
Mr. Chairman,
I object to you.
So I see in this clip they didn't show Jasmine whole part. You know, the Forbes breaking news and these outlets, they put bits and pieces what they want out here. Isn't that interesting? That's very funny. Because at first, when the Forbes first came out here, put it out here, they only showed Jasmine going off, but they took out Majorie Greene part about the fake eyelashes and calling people dumb. They took that out. So how they push stuff out here on the media, it is very telling. So right now I have to let this commercial go past so I can re-show you it. And I want to show you guys what Marjorie just said a couple of hours ago about it, because she is responding. And also Jasmine, she also exposing different groups that's going on out here. And I would love to get your input on it. Here we go. I'm going to add this back up here.
Ms. Crockett.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Chairman, I make a motion to strike those words.
I don't think that's
Hold
a
on.
part
I'm
of it.
trying to find clarification on what quality.
Chairman, motion to
I
strike
had no
those
idea
words.
what you just said.
We're not gonna do this. Look, you guys earlier literally just said
You
yes.
just voted to do
Y'all did
it.
it first, so you
You
don't want to
just
talk about
voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get
Okay.
clarification.
Look at calm down.
No, because this
I
is
would
what
like to
y'all
get
do.
through proceedings.
So I'm trying to
Hey,
get
Ms.
clarification.
Crockett, you're not
You don't wanna
recognized.
play
Ms.
games.
I can't hear you with your
And you
yelling.
don't want me
Calm
to
down.
Be,
Can
no,
you please calm
don't
down?
tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all
Please
talk
calm
noise,
down.
and then
You're out of control.
Because if I
Look, Chairman,
if I
can
come
we
and
stand
talk
outside to
shit
take a
about
break
her,
for 5
y'all
minutes?
gonna have a problem.
Mr.
Order.
Chairman.
All right,
Sorry.
Chair.
I don't know why
Okay.
you're
Order.
acting
Chair
like
now
that.
recognizes
Not cute.
Ms. Greene for 4 minutes and 21 seconds. 4 minutes. Let Ms. Greene talk, and then I'll recognize.
But I
someone on
moved
this
to
side.
strike her words for a second time based on her second set of personal remarks attacking another member.
Who?
Chairman Comer.
Because you all cannot
I have an
seem
amendment at
to
the desk,
apply
and this
the
sideshow
rules of the
needs to
committee.
stop.
We have to do this every time.
Okay, I'm recognized. I'm recognized. I'm going to go ahead and start talking.
Look, I know. Look, I don't know if you've noticed it. I have 2 hearing aids. I'm very deaf. I'm not understanding. Everybody's yelling. I'm doing the best I can. Can we not recognize Ms. Greene and let her
We
get?
cannot because of the rules of the committee, Mr. Chair. That is what I'm trying to communicate in the present moment.
We have a Okay, what's the motion?
The motion is to strike the gentlelady's words for the second set of remarks, not the first, the second
She
that
has
applied
no
to me.
idea. She has no idea. I think, Mr. Chairman, I'm the
know
only
what the
one
words
recognized
were?
right now.
But we objected at the time.
Will the member state the word she wishes
Yes.
struck?
She told me, or she asserted that I was not intelligent. These are the specific words. We can have it read by the clerk.
It was made immediately.
And it was made immediately. I am not moving now.
I don't think it was
I am not
timely.
It
moving
was made
now.
immediately, both by the
made
gentlelady and by me.
Mr.
Guys,
Chair,
look.
it was made immediately.
It was made
and you
immediately,
said
both by
that
the
you would
gentlelady and
return
by
to
me.
us.
Guys,
She said, you don't have the intelligence to talk to me, is what she said.
the chair recognizes Ms. Greene for 4 minutes and 21 seconds.
Mr. Chair, what is
I
happening with the
I
ruling?
object to the ruling now.
We must object.
I mean, if you want to take it up,
Move on.
Yeah.
Move on.
We should just adjourn.
All right. So that was partial of that you guys can see. Now I see people are saying in the comment section over here. Let me read the comments because I sure want to see what y'all got to say. Someone says, I'm so tired of people saying that Jasmine was ghetto. So what? Marjorie, white trash. Okay. I'm looking here in the comment section. Gigi, can you explain what this means when they take their words back like it was? How can you take it back? I'm confused. Well, I believe they're trying to say is to retract it so it won't be recorded, I'm assuming. And Jasmine, she does a great job with explaining that. So I will play that clip up here so you can see more in detail. But this is what Marjorie said today. She says, yes, my build is built and strong. Yes, my body is built and strong, okay? Not with nips, tucks, plastic, and silicone, but through a healthy lifestyle. So turning 50 years old, soon turning 50 years old, God willing, I will continue to lift, run, swim, play sports, surf, sky, climb, and live this life to the fullest and enjoy every single moment. So I'm sure what Jasmine said, it really hit home for her because why even post this? You know, clearly she still wants some attention from this. And she is a bodybuilder. Okay. So a lot of people had a lot of stuff to say underneath her post. It says, let me just go through here. What's the point of posting this outside of seeking attention? People are saying she looks like she's almost close to 60 years old. The victim role doesn't work when you throw the first stone. Okay. And she did. She brought this all on herself. And it's like she can throw rocks, but she do not want you to throw them back. And she has to eat this. She has to eat it up. Okay. And she's just saying, listen, yes, I'm strong and I'm going to continue to lift my weights and be the strong built body that I am. Ooh, it's crazy out here in these streets. Also, I wanted to come across this post. What was I looking at? It says, I kept seeing people talk about the Project 2025. I had no idea what that is. They are saying that Trump is going to come out and pretty much he's going to take a lot of people minority rights away, and it shows a dictatorship. But listen to this clip right here. I found it to be interesting, and Jasmine is putting light on it.
Let's see, you're the executive director for the America First Legal, correct?
That's correct.
All right. And America First Legal is a member of Project 2025, which is dedicated to creating the playbook for the next conservative administration and what it calls the Project Pillars, correct?
We are proud contributors to Project 2025.
Okay. And are you familiar with?
Oh, you see his attitude, girl? Oh, his attitude is like, I don't want to answer to this black girl. Did y'all see the attitude? The arms folded.
Project 2025's mandate for leadership.
In fact, I am.
Okay. And in fact, you wrote some of the sections of this mandate related to the DOJ, correct?
Sure did.
And the mandate outlines policy priorities for the next conservative president. Is that correct?
It does.
You've done a great job. I just want to let you know. All right, so let's walk through some of the provisions of the mandate. It calls for eliminating the Department of Education, eliminating the Department of Commerce, deploying the military for the use of domestic law enforcement against protesters under the Insurrection Act of 1807. It also has the repealing of Schedule F status for thousands of federal employees to allow a president to replace career civil servants with unqualified partisan loyalists. That's probably my favorite of it.
What?
It also prohibits the FBI from combating the spread of misinformation and disinformation, like Russia and China, who are actively trying to interfere with American elections. I don't know why or how anybody can support Project 2025. And I know that there was allegedly a joke about dictators and whether or not that's funny, but in the United States of America, dictatorships are never funny. And Project 2025 is giving the playbook for authoritarianism as well as the next dictator to come in.
Are y'all hearing this?
Correct.
Are y'all hearing this? Girl, when I tell you, it's looking really sad out here in these streets. Y'all better wake up. And feel free to call in if you guys know more information. I'm just getting hip to all this, so I don't know everything. I'm just discovering a lot of things. Check this video out too by Jasmine.
I heard them say if, since we've been sitting here for I don't know how long, because honestly, if they would continue to say if or Hunter and we were playing a drinking game, I would be drunk by now.
Ms. Crockett.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then...
Okay, so that was a clip of before. So I played that clip. Well, I came across this and I just wanted to show you guys this. I guess this is, if you listen to the man, pretty much he says that he's giving money, fake money, to homeless people. And when homeless people, when they go to buy something, they're going to get arrested. So it's a whole plot. It's like they try to disguise it as they're helping people, but it's a setup. It's pretty much a trap. Listen to this.
So I always keep this fake Hollywood money in my car. So when a homeless person asks for money, then I give them like a fake $5 bill. So I feel good about myself. They feel good. And then when they go to use it, they get arrested. So I'm actually like helping clean up the community, you know, getting them off the street. So I always keep this fake.
Did y'all hear that? And see, I thought this was a comedian guy. You know, I just thought it was a comedian guy that was making a horrible joke. They said this man worked for Trump. They said he works for Trump, girl. And he's over the Project 2025. They already have it planned. They didn't even win the election, but I guess it's already rigged and they already know that this is what they're going to set up and have. I got to play that again. Did y'all hear what this man said?
So I always keep this fake Hollywood money in my car. So when a homeless person asks for money, then I give them like a fake $5.
Lord, what did I click? Hold on, let me go back here. Let's try it again.
So I always keep this fake Hollywood money in my car. So when a homeless person asks for money, then I give them like a fake $5 bill. So I feel good about myself. They feel good. And then when they go to use it, they get arrested. So I'm actually like helping clean up the community, you know, getting them off the street. So I always keep this fake.
And y'all know they hate homeless people. They want to get them all out of here. And you guys, if you guys like me doing this type of commentary, y'all know it's hard for me to do it because you know the algorithm gonna want to block me from running this mouth and for giving you guys a platform. So I need your extra help to get the likes up. Okay, I need your extra help to get the comments. I need your extra help to share these videos because the algorithm definitely does not want me talking about this. Okay, so I need you guys' help to expose the real truth. The algorithm, rather for me to just talk about stupid gossip stuff, you know, they don't want me to talk about the real crap shit. You know what I mean? So I need y'all help. So I was over here at Roland Martin because I'm not in the algorithm with real news. I'm in the algorithm with a whole bunch of fake, a lot of girl. I can't even explain it. I just need help. Check this out.
A couple of things. I'm just curious to know, as we're talking about lawyers and the obligations of lawyers, and whether or not maybe the former president has any idea of what good lawyer obligations look like. I'm just going to ask, we're not going to play. We're going to do Miss Winebanks. Have you heard of any of these lawyers? I've got Robert Shealy, Kenneth Chesborough, Jeffrey Clark, Matthew DePerno, John Eastman, Jenna Ellis, Michael Farino, Rudy Giuliani, Julia Halia. I got a long list. Have you heard of any of these people?
I have.
Are you aware as to whether or not any of them have faced criminal penalties?
Yes, and also been disbarred or suspended.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So they've had some issues, but these are the hand-picked lawyers for Trump. I'm assuming that y'all have never been Trump lawyers, Mr. Trusty or Mr. Costello.
No, I was for a year.
Oh, you were? And you still have your bar card?
I'm sorry?
You still have your bar card?
Yeah, well, unless I get targeted for daring to represent a former president.
You have absolutely done a lot better than most that deal with him. So good for you. I also want to make sure that we talk about what two-tier really looks like. And Mr. Trustee, since you've been a prosecutor before, I'm curious to know, have you ever had a criminal defendant that had over 80 counts in 4 different jurisdictions and somehow was not held pretrial? I know that you talked in your opening about your interpretation of what speedy trial looks like, and it's really only for those that are held pretrial. And last time I checked, most of the time those people held pretrial, they don't have anywhere near 80 counts pending against them. But I'm curious to know, in your experience, have you ever had someone that had over 80 counts pending in 4 different jurisdictions and they were not held pretrial? Yes or no?
Well, no.
All right. Sorry about that. The commercial, let me drop it down and I'll bring it back up. We did have a caller. They just hung up. I was just going to answer you because we have this commercial break. Are you guys enjoying the stuff that I'm showing you guys? And this is Jasmine in action. And I'm sure they cannot stand Jasmine. They cannot stand Black women. Because Jasmine and Fanny, baby, they get them together. See, our Black brothers, it seemed like they ain't gonna get them together like these Black sisters. These Black sisters, they not come here to play. You can't buy the Black sister, honey, okay? They're gonna get you in order and they're gonna gather you together. And I'm sure these older Caucasian are people, they cannot stand being questioned by a Black woman. They can't stand it. I bet they talk about her 24/7. Oh, they talk about how the ways they're gonna get her out of here, how the ways they can overdo her. I'm pretty sure they're trying to find out any skeletons she got to try to make her feel, seem less than or less credible. They never had nobody that made them accountable, that got them together. Never. That's why we got to protect her. We got to protect Jasmine. She's one in a million.
They don't have anywhere near 80 counts pending against them. But I'm curious to know, in your experience, have you ever had someone that had over 80 counts pending in 4 different jurisdictions and they were not held pretrial? Yes or no?
Well, no specific recall,
okay, all
but
right.
I could answer more if you'll let me.
You told me no, and I understand because I hadn't either. So in addition to that, there's been a gag order, since we're going to talk about the pending trial that's going on right now. Have you ever had a defendant that violated a gag order and then you went to the judge and the judge didn't lock them up and they done it at least 10 times? I think it's 10. I'm losing count right now. Have you ever had somebody violate?
In 35 years, I had never seen a defendant gagged.
Okay. Not my question. So you've never
Well, it's hard to get to the second part if they're never gagged.
You've never had it. You're absolutely right. All right. So finally, when it comes down to intimidating witnesses, because maybe you haven't had gag orders, intimidating witnesses, have you ever had a defendant that you were prosecuting and they were intimidating witnesses and they didn't somehow end up in the clank for at least a day or two?
I've had criminal death penalty prosecutions based on witness retaliation. I'm very familiar with gang cases and mafia cases. Most of those defendants were already incarcerated when they would orchestrate some sort of obstruction.
Okay.
If there's provable physical violence-based obstruction, it certainly makes sense that they'd be incarcerated.
Thank you so much. And, Mr. Hamilton, I don't want you to feel left out of this conversation. So I'm going to make sure I ask you some questions. Let me know if you're having problems answering them, because they really should be yes or no.
Get them,
Let's
girl.
see. You're the executive director for the America First Legal, correct?
That's correct.
All right. And America First Legal is a member of Project 2025, which is dedicated to creating the playbook for the next conservative administration and what it calls the Project Pillars, correct?
We are proud contributors to Project 2025.
Okay. And are you familiar with Project 2025's mandate for leadership?
In fact, I am.
Okay. And in fact, you wrote some of the sections of this mandate related to the DOJ, correct?
Sure did.
And the mandate outlines policy priorities.
And I just want to know if you guys know what they plan on doing with Project 2025, call up in here, hit that link, and tell us what does that Project 2025 entail. All I know is they want women to be pregnant and sit at home. They want to force men in every woman's home. They don't want a woman without a man. And that's the agenda they're pushing, you know? So comment, we want to know. They're saying they want to take away women's rights and they want women to be dependent on men. They're going to make it a way where they have to take out women's rights, so they're going to favor men in order to restore this family unity that they want to have. They feel like once that's in place, then the world will be a better place. So they're going to force it on you. And I'm hearing other horrible stuff as well. So I need y'all to call in to let us know about this Project 2025, because we need to know what they have in store for us, because it's going to affect us.
Is for the next conservative president. Is that correct?
It does.
You've done a great job. I just want to let you know. All right, so let's walk through some of the provisions of the mandate. It calls for eliminating the Department of Education, eliminating the Department of Commerce, deploying the military for the use of domestic law enforcement against protesters under the Insurrection Act of 1807. It also has the repealing of Schedule F status for thousands of federal employees.
Hold on, daughter said, I agree with the family unity. Well, daughter, say, for instance, you got a good job making 6 figures. You a woman. So therefore, they're going to get you out of that job and they're going to replace it with a man. And they're going to make it where you can't even afford to live on your own if you want to. So you're going to have to be dependent on the man. So they're going to make it where jobs for women, how you used to get, they're going to make it very difficult, and they're going to favor men and pay them good. So therefore, men will be having more money. It's going to be just like they did back in the day. You know, back in the day, women was able to have certain jobs. They couldn't buy certain homes. You know, they couldn't get certain credits. It was limited because they wanted you to depend on a man, because the man had the power. So you will want to seek a man in order to have a certain type of life. So, honey, that's what they're talking about, okay?
To allow a president to replace career civil servants with unqualified partisan loyalists. That's probably my favorite of it. It also
and they definitely can't wait to put Project 2025, because women in her position, that it's not going to be possible. Women in her position is not going to be possible. They want straight men, and they want women to be getting pregnant in the household, in the kitchen. They say women belong in the kitchen, okay? That's what they're doing. You're supposed to be having babies in the kitchen and learn how to shut up. They feel like women, you got too much mouths. You're trying to get men in position. When they see women in a position like that, they feel like she's trying to be a man.
It's the FBI from combating the spread of misinformation and disinformation.
You're right. It's just like The Handmaid's Tale. And see, Hollywood has a way to telling you the future. You guys, have y'all seen Handmaid's Tale? Press 1 if you have, press 4 if you have not. It's just like it. That is what they're going to do. That's what they're going to push.
Like Russia and China, who are actively trying to interfere with American elections. I don't know why or how anybody can support Project 2025.
Yep, Auntie said it also takes away Black history schools and it removes Social Security also. Yeah, they're already trying to take Black history out, especially in places like Florida. They want to rewrite history like they always done. They always lied. They come out talking about they're so honest. Honest bull crap. They always going to lie to fix their narrative for power. They want power. This is control and power. Dictatorship. They want to force you to live like they want you to live. You don't have free will. All right, we got a call. So call in. Calling from 559. You're live on the air.
Hello?
Yes. Are you there?
Yes. Yes, I'm right here. Yes, I'm calling because I totally am with Amar. What's her name again?
Jasmine.
Jasmine. Beautiful Jasmine. I was watching right here early the news that you're on. And she is totally right. And don't let yourself, Jasmine. You're hearing me? Don't let yourself. We all got to get on the right side. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling in. And we need all your voices to be heard because you got to remember, words are powerful and your voice is powerful. Your voice moves mountains. Okay? Do y'all know how important it is to have a voice? So I need all of y'all to call in. I need y'all to hit that link and use your voice. Speak out about this. All right, calling from 706. You're live on the air.
Yes, I was just calling because I really believe that Diddy has some mental issues.
Got it. Okay, we're not on Diddy right now, but we will be on Diddy later on in a couple of hours. But right now we on Jasmine. So call me back in a couple of hours. We'll be on Diddy. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Calling from 463. You're live on the air.
Yeah. Okay. Now listen. I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but people from South Carolina are so ignorant. Why they don't vote for the Democrats? They always vote for Tim Scott with those false teeth and gums, and they always vote for the Republicans, and they know they're racist. But old girl spoke up for herself.
Yeah,
people need to wake up. And Charmaine, the guy, is Uncle Tom.
Well, the only thing I have to say about that, maybe they're voting for the Republicans because the Republicans, they do a good job with pushing false narrative and false rhetoric, and they're really into gossip. So therefore, they're eating it up. They're eating the poison up, just like this man said. This man that was working for Trump, he said he gives out fake homeless, he give out fake money, Hollywood money, right? And the homeless people take it. And when they go to cash it in, they get arrested. He sees it a way as cleaning it up. So therefore, they are giving these people false hope. Because these Black people feel like, oh my God, they're going to save them. They're going to be their savior. So once they do that and they cash in their vote, then they're going to clean them out. They're going to wipe their ass out. They're going to do that cross redlining and keep your ass over there and lock your ass up. And that is the way of cleaning it up. It's hook, line, and sinker.
They're going to do more than that.
They are.
They're going to do more than that.
They are. And they're not going to have nobody to blame. They're not going to have
Donald Trump.
They're not going to have nobody.
Donald Trump don't play. He don't like Black people. They're so even Black people.
Listen.
They go on TV and get them some chicken.
Listen. They're not going to have nobody to blame but themselves because they voted for what they're going to get. What they're going to get, they voted for. Okay, so calling from 281, you're live on the air. 281. Is that a cat? Are you there? Okay, I don't know, something wrong. I'm gonna let that caller go. Do you understand? I'm gonna let that caller go. So feel free to call in. Let us hear what you guys have to say or hit that link. So I'd also want to play. It was some more clips I wanted to show you guys. Did we finish with this?
And I know that there was allegedly a joke about dictators and whether or not that's funny, but in the United States of America, dictatorships are never funny. And Project 2025 is giving the playbook for authoritarianism as well as the next dictator to come in. And I know that you are doing your jobs here by making sure that hopefully some juror turns on and finds some viral moment of you spewing more of the nonsense as it relates to the president. But as practicing lawyers or licensed attorneys, I hope that we can all agree that no one gets indicted because someone says so. There takes a grand jury, and the grand jury is comprised of American citizens that sit down and review evidence, and they make the determination. And when and if Trump is convicted, it will be a jury of his peers, and it won't be the president of the United States.
I thought you were going to get to a question somewhere in that 90 seconds for Mr. Hamilton after you went after his 2025. I will point out the Inspector General just released a report that said the FBI retaliated against whistleblowers. One of the reasons we do need some changes, but there was no question there. But Mr. Hamilton, if you want to give it some kind of response, you're more than welcome to do that.
Mr. Chairman, my only response would be to say that there are a great number of policy options that have been provided to any future conservative administration through Project 2025. And it's an attempt to restore the rule of law in this country. And I reject the Huffington Post style characterizations of the recommendations.
Girl, it is a lot going on. We got Calvin. How you doing, Calvin?
Hello, Miss Spot.
Well, what's going? Yeah, you can call it. It's Miss Gigi. So, what's your thoughts about all this?
My thoughts are, but first I would like to thank you for your episode and also congratulate you on the one yesterday. I caught the tail end of it. I didn't even know you did this type of coverage, but I'm glad.
I didn't know I did this type of coverage either. Recently, Jasmine, she done caught my attention and I decided to hop on it. Usually I'm afraid of politics. I stray away from it. Because it's just so controversial, but it depends. Nowadays, anything you do in gossip is controversial. Everything is controversial, so it's like, what's the difference between talking about some controversial gossip versus this? It ain't no difference. So I'm diving into it. Some people are liking it. So as long as you guys are supportive, as long as you guys are involved, I will continue to do it. Now, when y'all fall off, then I'm going to have to change courses. So talk to me, Calvin.
Yeah. Jasmine is someone that I like a lot. I think she's very interesting. She's different than what we've seen. She's I guess spicy or whatever you like to call it. A whole host of them. Her along with MTG, the one that you have highlighted, a couple of these new ones that have come in. It kind of really made, for me, I watch a lot of politics, and sometimes watching these committees or whatever, it's like going to like a Catholic sermon or whatever. It's like boring, dry, or whatever. So this new energy of people who have come in, and with their unique perspective and articulation has made things a lot interesting and fun, like what you highlighted with the clash between those two. It's been going on for some time now. I guess it's kind of bubbling over. I hate.
And you know what I say, Calvin? Now, I know you say spicy. I don't know if I say that. I say that she's honest. I say that Jasmine is honest. She's bold, and she is forward. She is forward, because a lot of times back in the day, they expect these Black people, when they are in these spaces, they don't want them in the spaces. They don't feel like they're good enough because of who they are and where they come from. But they expect them to sit there and keep their mouth closed and tuck their tail between their legs and shut up. and go along with the program and not to be honest and just to be a yes ma'am, yes sir type of individual. And she is an honest person. She has integrity. She has morals and values and her own boundaries. And, you know, people that don't have that, they're just a sitting body and they're just going to go along with whatever it is because they are pretty much just a token, just to be there to say, hey, we have diverse in the house. But she is not that. She is Jasmine, and that is exactly what you're going to get. Honest, raw, and real.
Yeah, so to your point, and I agree with you. When I say spicy, it's not intended to be like something negative.
I know, but you know, Calvin, people can twist it. We got to
Yeah.
remember what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a different type of audience, and they will twist it. I mean, spicy can mean you're trying to sex, you know, spicy can mean a whole lots of stuff. So I just want to, and that's your perspective, and I'm not changing it. I'm just saying from what I see. But go ahead.
Yeah, what I really enjoy about her, she, how can I say, she does the thing that we identify in our Black community, like reading or whatever the case may be. She does it professionally or whatever the case may be. So I like that aspect, the way she is able to get the MAGA crew and collect them, whatever the case may be, and address them and articulate in a
Now,
professional.
Calvin, this is what I want too. Now, you know, you say she can get the MAGA crew together. Are you going to be able to protect her when they come for her? That's what we want, Calvin. We need you to protect our Jasmine.
I will do all I can in terms of my capabilities and my voice and whatever to protect Jasmine. But I think Jasmine is largely going to be okay. I love it.
No, she's not going to be okay. She need us. She need our protection. We would not have Jasmine going out here fighting for us, because let's not get that confused. She is fighting for you, Calvin. So she needs your help. All that you can do when they come full forward to her, because it's more of them. And they have more privilege and more power and more influence. But hold on, Calvin. Hold on. Calling from 917. Calvin looked like he was just going to sit back when they came forward. 917, I hear something in the background. If you can clear that out. 917, I don't want to compete with that sound in the background. If you could everything in the back when you guys call in, turn off the radio, the TV, so it will not be an echo and we can hear you clearly. Okay, calling from 267, you're live on the air.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Well, I heard you talking about Jasmine. What I do want to say about her is this: we need more of her. This is one of the problems that I've always had with the Democratic Party. They are weak. They had backbone. Well, a lot of the things that have happened that shouldn't have happened because we haven't had enough of us stand up and hold our positions. You are right. You mentioned a little earlier. Some of these guys, they're boring. They're there to collect a check. They're not there for our interests. And it's time that we collectively step up and put them on blast and let them know you're here for this reason, to solve the problems that we paid you for. And Jasmine has a backbone and she's quick with the wit. She got it. We need more of her to step up and do more of the same, because as you see, the Republican Party will run over you. They will lie and they will push their own agenda, and we have nobody on the other side to stand up to fight back. Yes. So I appreciate what the woman is doing. I'm glad that she's in place doing what she's doing, but the rest of us, like this Black Congressional Congress, what the hell are they doing? What is their purpose? They're in place for what? They have done nothing. When this Clarence Thomas and the Supreme Court did what they did, and Congress in general, this happened on their watch. So we're mad at Trump, but at the same time, How come they didn't step up and give us some kind of warning, some kind of put together a force to go against what has happened when these women's rights are taken away? And they've taken other rights away since they've been in control. We need real leadership. And honestly, I feel like this here. We need to step away from them, depending on them to solve our problems, and we form an organization or coalition ourselves, and we check everything that they do.
Treason!
Put them on blast.
Treason! That would be anti-American, and you know they're not going to have it. That would be treason. You would be seen as an anti-American, and when Trump get in office, you know you cannot play those games.
And you know what? Honestly, he should have been called on treason. This is the part that I'm talking about. The Democratic Party, after all the things that Trump has done, we should have been called treason on him and the Republicans who have supported and keep supporting his clones. We have done nothing. So therefore, I'm not afraid to call him treason. I called Al Sharpton's show one day and said, how come you guys are not calling this man treasonous? What a Republican Party, treasonous. You're cowardly, consistently. And it gets sickening because I sit here and I watch these programs. I watch everybody get on these new programs and repeat the same thing over and over again. The newscasters, they let them get on these mics and speak what they want to and never check them. So for some of the public, it becomes real because they said it. We got issues and we're not doing nothing. We're sitting on the sideline. That's one of the reasons why we're still in the same position that we're in collectively. And I'm talking about us. We part of the problem. We don't do nothing because the 60s is over, that fight is over. No, the fight continues, as you see. They want to take your rights away. They want to take anything that they can take away to keep themselves in power. And what are we doing? We're sitting at the table twiddling our thumbs. And each year, something gets snatched. And they're barely holding on position. Like, how come we have not even put the Republicans in general on blast? They should not have power for the way that they conduct themselves over the last couple of years. Come on, what are we doing? That's where I feel like our conversation needs to be elevated.
What I would say with that is how I see it, and like I said, I need to go deep because I'm very on the surface when it comes to politics. I'm just now getting into it. But this is the way I see it. I see it as also like the Dems, they can be very divided. More so, it's like single here, single there. And how Trump have his people is more like a pack of hyenas. And you know, a pack of hyenas can take down a lion when a lion is by itself. So that's just how I see it. You know, they move in packs.
So what? Take a page out of their book then. Don't stop with the excuses. If it's working on one side, take a page out of their book. It's just like if you look at what is the Jewish community doing? How come anytime something goes down with them, we will not check them and they will do everything to shut you down because they've gained power.
I think your people are divided, but the Black community is divided. Can you tell me when are they getting together? When is Kumbaya of the Black community?
Let me show you. Let me show you how. Let me show you how. Instead of trying to get everybody all at one time, trying to Martin Luther King everybody, no. If this 10 of us and 10 of us have a program and 10 of us are moving, let everybody else get on board as we move along and they see the progress. But you trying to make everybody do it all at the same time, that's not going to work with us. But if I show you, if I give them your program and all of a sudden your program is now double the amount of money that's coming in, well, aren't we doing good business at that point? You're more so open to listen to what I have to say. Now, the next step is the next person who has another program. We add him to it. And we had the next program. So we developed the program so that when anybody else comes into play, they have to adapt to our program because our program is proven to work. It starts with us.
But don't we already have programs? What about Dr. Umar? Isn't he one of the leaders in the Black community?
Dr. Umar is the biggest, listen, Dr. Umar is the biggest scam going on. He's been the biggest scam going on. He talks a lot of shit, excuse my language, but that's all it does. He talks it. But as far as business is concerned, because I'm going to tell you, I did business with Dr. Umar. I'm one of those contractors that he talks about. I came in and did something for that guy, $20,000 cheaper to help him get that school up and running on the plumbing. This guy saw an opportunity, he flipped it, and then called me some names and used that as an excuse to get out of a contract that he was contractually bound to. And he's done it to multiple contractors. So it's not the contractors, it's the person that's doing the hiring. I told him, you need a project manager. When I watched him operate, I said, you need a project manager. This is too big for you. Where's the business acumen behind it? Where's the financials behind it? What's going to happen if the school even opens up? You still there?
So who are the leaders now? Who would you say are the top 3 leaders in the Black community? Then I do have to take some other calls.
The top 3 leaders. On one half, some things I like what Al Sharpton does, but this is the thing. Let's stop looking at these people. These people have been bought and paid for.
So who are they?
I know the ones that's out there, I'm not impressed by none of them.
So nobody?
I say,
because you have a lot of Black people out here that are influencers. I mean, we have the most that we ever had in the whole world that are Black voices that are out here. So out of all the Black voices and influence out here, you mean to tell me we can't name 3 Black leaders? Nobody?
No, listen, everybody is doing something good in what they set out to do. But collectively, we're poor. You know why? Walk through any United States hood in the country. That's the example. The leaderships that are in position that conduct the business for these cities, look at the condition. It's all the same. So instead of looking for everybody else as a leader, you know what? You got a voice right now. You be a leader. I'm a leader. I pulled together, started with a contractor business. I expanded the business and I expanded into real estate. Went from in real estate, now I own a television network and streaming service and a record label and podcast. So I'm not talking about it, I'm doing it. I came across your site. I was just scrolling one day and I said, damn, let me hear what she's talking about.
Thank you.
So I'm looking to connect with others who are on the same page that can develop strategies amongst ourselves. If Umar could collect $2, $3, $4, $5 million over that time period, why could we not do the same thing but put it towards something that's going to be more productive? We the leaders.
All right. I like the sound of that. And thank you so much for calling in. All right. We're going to go on to our next caller. Caller from 775. You're live on the air.
Hello. This is Auntie Tina.
Hey, Tina.
I just want to say this. I've listened to what he was saying. We don't have any leaders. They got rid of all our leaders, all our male Black men leaders. Now, this time, the way everything is going, they losing power. This is what our people don't see. You have to see how they play the game. Once you see how they play the game, then you know when to come on in and step in and do what you have to do for your people. This is a time for all Black Americans to step in and do what you have to do. because all the laws in this country does not support us in no way. And with this project thing going on, it's for to take it all from us. So we won't have nothing to say. We all be silent. It's bad enough. Most of us are silent. And this Dr. Umar, he saw himself. I could see that. See, I'm old school, but I could see that. And I just, I believe Jasmine Crockett should go run for president. It's time for the women to step up. Because all I've been seeing, and this not to down black men. It's not to take from you black men. I don't see you guys stepping up. I see you folding for the cash, for the love of money, for the fame, for the attention to be recognized because one parent wasn't in the home to recognize you or be there. So you go for the first thing that you want to grab at: money, attention seeking, fame. If I do this, I could control everything. But haven't you looked at Diddy? He got billions. And all that grabbing fame, fortune, he been power tripped, blew his mind. Now who's going to help him? Because those white elites going to remove him off the face of the earth. And this goes for those who so-called want to be leaders. We don't have any leaders. They killed all of them. This is the time to come and step up, black people. Now, I'm going to tell you what they're doing. They got Trump over here in court going through all these procedures. They doing this, they tripping the mind of black men and black women. Some black women following along with that psychological game. Y'all folding out there. You see it up there and you see how they did Fannie Willis. I don't see no black man there to defend her. Why should she be unprotected now? Tell me that.
Tell me that.
Why she's not protected and they trying to take out her life for these criminals? Because they using this time, prolonging Trump's court dates so they could kick in that project. So they could kick in that project and have him as the dictator over America.
Tell it, girl.
Y'all folding out there. You're folding. You done gone soft. You're folding. This is the time to step your power up. This ain't no time for folding and shit. Excuse my French. But this is time to step up. Don't be a sellout. But you're going to be a sellout for the next lifetime? Don't be a sellout, black folks. This is your time to step in. They losing power. They've been losing power with the other countries. Y'all don't see that? I'm watching this stuff every day.
They're falling. They scared. They're looking at China. They're looking at all these places, and they're not even using the American dollar. They are scared.
Then China, America, Europe, all got their hands on in African land to take all the minerals and all the stuff from the land. They over there digging up stuff, believe me.
Well, they've been doing that. They've been doing it. It's nothing but an old play. It ain't nothing but an old play.
And America going right along with Israel. Those imposters talking about they the Israelites. They not the real true Israelites. They're not the real true Jews. They imposters. They've been imposters for decades. They stole it. When are we going to take it back? When are we going to step in our power here in this country that we built? Huh?
Well, you're going to have to get a leader first.
Yeah. Somebody ain't going to go be a sellout and fold it for their own self.
We don't even got a leader,
for
so
themselves.
we don't got no leader. So
Most of them, no leaders. No leaders, no nothing. So that's leave you in a bucket by yourself. So it's time. I don't know why everybody like, oh, I need my money. Oh, I don't care what nobody says. Oh, as long as my home and my family's fine and stuff. Honey, your family ain't fine. You ain't fine. Because they about to put you back in on cotton fields or sugar cane fields and on tobacco fields. And have AI program all up in your head.
This is what I'm hearing. I don't know if this is true. This is what I'm hearing, y'all. And y'all can tell me if y'all heard this too. They said that Project 2025, how they going to get y'all in order. They're going to start putting horrible stuff in that water. It's going to be so bad. And girl, I can't even finish telling you everything I heard because I don't want y'all to think, girl.
When Trump was in office, you know what he did? He shut down the cleansing of the water systems. You didn't know that, huh?
I didn't know that.
Happened. He cut the cutting on that. He cut the funds off of that. Yeah. I keep telling people, that's your enemy. And when I heard that folks was falling for him, I said, you got to be freaking kidding me. Y'all that fucking, excuse me, is y'all that damn lame to fall for that? That's the Antichrist.
Talk about all the symbolisms that him, the Proud Boys, all these different groups, the K groups, they are really big with symbolism, you guys. And they have so many secret societies that nobody talks about here on the internet. And if you do know about it, they're going to run you off. They're going to run you off the internet. They will dox you and they will get you off. This is real. This is not all the hocus pocus of the entertainment. That entertainment stuff is not, wait. That entertainment, a lot of it is a distraction to keep you distracted so you won't focus on the real secret societies that is playing right in front of your face, that have direct impact on your family, that has direct impact on your neighborhoods.
Right. That's right. And I'm going to tell you something, and then you could see it for yourself. The secret societies, they've been going on since the 16th century. And I'm going to tell you something. Now, you see this thing going on with P. Diddy, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to Lucien Grange? They ain't picking at him, is they? Lucien Grange, he's quiet. He's sitting back with the rest of these laughing. It's like, yeah, he messed, did he mess up? Yeah, Diddy, you really messed up. You messed up big time.
Well, that's how they're going to do these black men that want, they don't want to stand up for their black people, but they just want to be under that area feeling like they're going to be safe.
They will take them down. And that's why the black woman has to come back in, stand up, and make moves and do what she has to do. But we need you brothers to have our back. We need the protection. What y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna fold? Y'all gonna stay soft?
They gonna fold, girl. They gonna sit back. They gonna be sitting back and watch you do it. They gonna say, well, shit, why y'all getting the credit for it? You know, it's a competition. That's what I see on social media. If you in a position of leadership, they get upset at that.
I'm gonna tell you something. That's when the soy milk came in, that powder milk with soy. The mothers start feeding their sons that stuff so they can start growing female hormones, estrogen. So now they start thinking like a woman and stuff. So they look at it, oh, I don't have to protect her. Oh, why should I have to do this for her? That's that female hormone sitting in on the brain from the soy product. Every black man needs to stay away from soy products. You're turning into females. Leave it alone. It was a setup. It was a setup. The soy milk was set up for the black man, the black male baby.
I thought black people were more lactose intolerant.
Your male baby soy. Stop feeding them that mess.
They not
They
lactose
turn them into
intolerant?
females. And then they'll lie and say, oh, I was born this way. No, you won't. No, you won't. You weren't born that way. Your mother fed you that soy product.
Hey, Gigi. Hello. How y'all doing?
And how you doing? Comment up in here.
So I wanted to touch base on what y'all talking. I'm actually driving right now, so I just want to give a little bit of commentary. But I agree with the fact that we don't really have any support in our government system because our government was never designed for us. So when we first understand that, we'll kind of understand also why, as soon as we do have people that are skin folk that come into power or come into position, why they always fold. It's like the integrity of themselves, they lose it. You know how many clips and how many little things talk about the boule who are under, you know, the Freemasonic society, and they're put into play for a reason. These are your entertainers. These are your judges. These are your teachers. These are your doctors. These are the people that are in high places. So when we go and we start talking about this real stuff that we should be having as a discussion about why is our meat poison? Why do they have so many recalls? Why did Tyson just get in trouble for dumping over trillions and billions of toxic waste into our water systems? Why is it all of our water systems, everybody in every city, do y'all know how much fluoride they dump into our water systems every month for us to intake on top of all the other nasty chemicals? So again, we sit up here and we're able to recognize that it's so much wrong. We're not the only ones that can see this. Our Black politicians can see this as well. So I think what we lack as a people is we're hoping that somebody else that has gone through the schooling, that has gone through the processing, will come up and speak on our behalf, not realizing they did what they did to get in a position so they don't have to live like us. So they don't have to be like us. They're not going to empathize with us because they're trying to get away from what a lot of us are living, what a lot of them have come up in. So I don't think we are in a point where we need to look for a new leader. I think this is a time where we need to come together collectively. This is a time where all of us need to realize that the majority is important, and the majority is us, not the government. If we actually had the opportunity to say, no, we're not going for that. No, that does not stand for all of us. I don't care what your nationality is, what your sexual preference is, what you identify is. We're all human beings, and we're all going through something the same way. But as our melanated beings, we have it harder. So we can't expect for our sellouts or for these people that have never designed anything to work in our favor. We can't think just by us coming up against them or saying something that's going to change anything. We have to be the rescuers that we seek. But I'm just saying, because when you're looking at this individual, I'm very glad that she spoke up. I'm very glad that she spoke up because that's the problem. A lot of times,
Jasmine?
Yes. I'm very proud that Jasmine spoke up because how many times, let's be real, how many times us sisters and even our brothers, let's just be real, how many times we went in a corporate situation or we went to a meeting and we look the part, we speak the part, we conduct ourselves as they say we should conduct ourselves, but they still slight us. They still shade our intelligence. They still try to make you feel as though you have no position here. And that's exactly what Jasmine felt in that moment. We don't know what all she has to go through, what things that she has to put her pride to the side or even sit up here and swallow for her integrity, because I'm pretty sure she knows there's things that they're doing that's not for us. And she has to go to bed with that at night. So when you're going through certain stuff and then you know that you got into the position that you're in and it wasn't easy, and somebody that can just go to school and daddy probably knew a few friends and now you got your position, You don't get to sit up here and dictate and tell me how I act. You don't get to tell me how to respond after you trigger me. And this is what a lot of us go through in everyday jobs. This is what a lot of our kids go through at school with these teachers who sit up here and antagonize our children. And then when our children react or they act a certain way, our children are deemed as disrespectful. And it's so many labels and stuff that's placed on us because, again, we only speak up when somebody is extremely hurt or we're in always angry.
Got it. Mm-hmm. And I love that you're speaking up on this, girlfriends, because usually I have you on my gossip stuff, and I'm glad that you came up here on this serious situation because we need to protect Jasmine. Jasmine, the mega people, they want her. You should see the horrible memes they put of Jasmine. They constantly talk about Jasmine. They constantly come for her. We need to protect her.
I agree because irregardless of if she can change a lot or not, that's too much responsibility to place on one person. She's done one thing that a lot of people have not done. She spoke up for herself, and she also let us know it don't matter what type of position that you're in. It doesn't matter what your profession is. You don't allow anybody to make you feel less than when you know you deserve your spot.
And you know, girlfriend, I gotta stop that right there. She did not just speak up for herself. She spoke up for everybody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Every Black person that came from behind her, that will come behind her, it will let Majorie and people like her to know you cannot play those games. We would not just be here and be a seat warmer for your comfort. We would not sit down and we would not shut up so you can be comfortable.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, I think that's the support system that she needs now from her people, is just to say, you know what? If she'll stand up and she'll say that, who knows what else might come out? What other things might we learn about that we don't know about? It's a lot of separation within our community as Black people, as colored people, however people want to label us. There's a lot of separation, but one thing nobody can deny: when we stand together, it's a force to be reckoned with, and everybody acknowledges that. Remember when the gentleman, what was that in Alabama? What was that with remember with the little boy jumped in the water and he swam over there? Okay, that's like the same thing. We have a separation amongst ourselves, but once we see one of ours is being done wrong, or we see that, okay, once one of them stand up, okay, well, I know I can click up with that one because she think just like me. It's a domino effect. If we all start supporting one another when we have situations like this that we agree with, the support system will grow to the point where more of us will stand up. More people will feel like they have a backbone. People that are in power may feel a little bit more bold to challenge certain things that are going on. So, I mean, it's all for us to sit up and say it could be or it could not be. But one thing is for sure is whenever we stand up with one another, whenever we collaborate together, we're a force to be reckoned with, and everybody fears it. And I think that's what our people need to realize. Once we come together and we show that we are one, that will stop a whole lot of confusion, a whole lot of separation. A lot of their gimmicks won't work anymore. They won't be able to use, oh, well, this person is homosexual. This person is heterosexual. We won't care no more because we'll say, that's my brother and sister. I don't care what they do with their life, but you ain't going to play with them. Okay. See, it's something about a Black person when we stand up for one another and somebody else see, oh, they got backup. They don't fuck with us. Excuse my language. They don't mess with us. And I think that's what we have to realize. The same way they team up for theirs, we have to team up for ours. And if some of theirs want to agree with us and see that, you know, okay, there's some fault and I agree with y'all and I want to help, allow to help. But I feel like we got to worry about ourselves before we look to other people to help us. So we need to support this sister.
Yeah. And you're right about that. And there's a whole lot of division amongst us Black folks.
Right.
So in order for you guys or we to come together, the vision, I don't know. We'll just have to see, child. But stay right there, girlfriend.
I got you, buddy.
Wanted to come back up, and you said you wanted to talk about the project 2025. Go into it.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, so I know you had brought that up, and interestingly enough, before joining your live, I just saw the clip from Roland Martin playing the same video with Jasmine. I'm not as familiar with 2025, but when certain stuff that he stated, I can kind of translate to you what he was talking about in terms of their targeted area. You mentioned, or she recited some stuff like concerning eliminating the Department of Education, and what that translates to is to the attack or addressing of critical race theories and things of that nature. All that conversation that bubbled up in Florida and across the country about teaching that in the school, and also the gender war and banning books and things of that nature. That was, that's like big within the Republican realm. You turn into Fox News, that's something that they bring up. So that is an initiative, I guess, that they're planning to attack. I guess by eliminating that department, they can really kind of hone in how and what is being taught to kids in school. The other thing that she mentioned was deploying of the military to use domestic law enforcement against protesters, and that has largely to do with addressing the BLM movement, that stuff that happened, and also Antifa and things of that nature. The right is like upset. They feel like there's an unfair treatment in terms of
Well,
black.
pretty
Go
much,
ahead.
if you want to protest, you can't protest. No more protesting. And Calvin, do you know what facet is? Explain to us what facet.
Facet means like an area, like a specific facet, specific area, or yeah.
What?
Like a facet has to do with like you're speaking about a specific area.
I don't know. I'm talking about what I see on the screen. Girlfriend, chime in.
Oh, fascists. That has to do with a style of politics. I'm not exactly sure. I have to
You're
look
not
it up.
sure. Girlfriend, do you know? I guess girlfriend took
I'm here. I'm driving, Gigi. Give me a minute, baby.
Okay. I'm like, girlfriend, where your ass at, girl? Where you at, girl? Okay. They said, well, shit, you know how I pronounce shit. God damn it. Shit.
I'm screaming.
But they laughing at me too.
Facet, not faucet. Facet, faucet, shit. Listen.
Okay, so did you want me to read the definition for you?
Sure, you can. Girlfriend, let me know when you're ready to talk.
Okay, baby. Thank you.
Okay, girlfriend. You need a break.
A political philosophy, movement, or regime that exalts nations and often race above individual, and that stands for centralized autocratic government headed by a dictatorial leader, severe economic and social regime.
Okay, Calvin. Okay, Calvin.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, maybe we get somebody come up here, but pretty
Okay.
much, yeah, but you can ignore. But it's a lot that goes into the project 2025. I have not done all my research on. I'm just hitting the surface. But all we know is it's horrible. It's going to destroy democracy, and this is what they have in plan for next year to set in.
Yeah.
So shit.
I'll go ahead
It's a whole bunch.
Yeah.
And all I know is too that they're going to place men back at the top. All the good jobs they want men to have in place, and they want women to be more dependent on men. And that is their way to restoring, I guess, a family thing. They're going to force it. And they want women back in the kitchen, okay? And pregnant. popping the babies in the kitchen. Okay. All right. So it's a lot going on. Did you see this little clip? And if you guys did not see it, I will show it to you. I played it earlier, but I think it's good enough to be replayed again. Check this out.
Always keep this fake Hollywood money in my car. So when a homeless person asks for money, then I give them like a fake $5 bill. So I feel good about myself. They feel good. And then when they go to use it, they get arrested. So I'm actually like helping clean up the community, getting them off the street.
All right. So this is, they said he's working with, this is your mega party in today's
fake Hollywood money in my car.
What did I say? This is your MAGA party in today's foundation, now owned by MAGA. This is how they think. So his name is John. People are calling him a dirt bag for this, but pretty much his whole thing, and just give you an insight of his plan, is to give you money. Black people, homeless people, they love that money, but it's going to be fake money. It's a setup. Then when you go to purchase something with that fake money, you're going to get arrested. And I am reminded by George Floyd, because they said George Floyd had fake money, and that caused his demise. So they are very clever in their approach, and they're very witty, and they're very cunning. They are very cunning individuals. So don't sleep at night, okay? And they're very patient.
Gigi?
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt you. So I think she's back in the back room. She messaged you.
Oh, okay. I didn't even, you can see the messages?
I'm screaming. But yeah, that just upset me very bad, because it's people out here that really think like that. He said, this makes me feel good. It makes them feel good. That's how people really think out here. This is why people be wanting to harm people. And this is why a lot of homeless people don't trust us or don't want to ask nobody for help, because this is how they get treated. Like, that's sick.
Well, this is the man for that 2025 project. He's over there. He's with the MAGA people. And honey, this is just his idea for the people. Because it's going to be a crime for homeless people to be homeless. And they already started in certain places. And it's just going to be bad. It's going to be real bad.
And that's what I don't understand. It seemed like everybody that has been in office, it's like they love to send money. No matter if it's Democrat or Republic, they'll send money everywhere else, but they can't. Look at all these hotels and motels that are shut down, ran down. You mean to tell me it's all these celebrities, all these people that have money wouldn't be able to sit up here and purchase one of those and remodel it and give homeless people the opportunity to redeem themselves and possibly find work? It's no excuse out here. So that's how you know that this isn't for us. It's not for us as a society. It's not for us as a people. It's all about the 1%, even the 3% that feels like they're superior to all of us. And that's why I keep saying, anybody that's believing in this government, I mean, I don't know how to verbiage that, but I mean, the government is not designed for any of us.
Go ahead, girlfriend. I'm listening.
I'm just saying that the government isn't designed for us. If we have people that are coming up with projects like this, you see how upset and how and it's crazy, because let me put it like this. How is it that they say that we have rights, we have amendments that have to be abided by, but as soon as we sit up here and we disagree with something that they present to us, or that we feel is not deemed for us as Americans or as citizens, why is it that the first thing they do is they try to persuade us, or they try to influence our mind, or guilt trip us into going along with what they feel as though is appropriate? And that's why
if you look up that Project 2025.
Okay.
Girlfriend.
I'm here, baby.
Did you look up 2025 project?
No, I'm gonna have to look that up when I park all the way, and I'm gonna really look into that and get into that. So if you bring this up.
Yeah, because that is what's gonna happen. That's your future. So I want to play this clip real quick.
all my creators to come to the front. I want y'all to listen to this. Hold on.
I voted for Biden in 2020. I have never liked him. And when I first heard that he was going to be the Democratic candidate, I said that I wasn't going to vote in 2020, but I felt like it was important and I felt like he was the lesser of two evils. And I still feel that. But after today, I cannot imagine voting for him in 2024. We will not vote in 2024. If you...
This message is for Joe Biden. You've already lost. You're not going to win. You're not going to win. My generation is going to make sure that doesn't happen.
If the Democratic Party is not seeing these numbers and are still acting delusional, they cannot complain when they...
Now, see, the problem with every single one of these creators and what they are pushing is the fact that they are telling their followers to do not vote, that they're not going to vote because they don't want to vote for Biden and da-da-da. And I get that. I get it. But what you are pushing is even more dangerous. Go look up, hit that search bar and type in Project 2025. Go educate yourself before you get on this damn app and start preaching about how you're not going to vote in this upcoming election, because you not voting is even worse. You understand? You are pushing a rhetoric that is dangerous. That is dangerous. Because if you decide to withhold your right to vote, and even if you just don't agree with Biden, go look up Project 2025, because I guarantee you, as a woman, as a Black woman, as a minority, as someone who is in an interracial relationship, as someone who is a small business owner, as someone in the middle class, lower class, anybody, if you do not understand what Project 2025 is, and the way a lot of these Republicans are pushing their agenda, and they have laid it out for you as plain as day in black and white of what they are planning on doing. If they are able to win over our government, have a Republican president, have a Republican dominant Congress and House, like, you need to go educate yourself. Stop getting on this app, running your mouth, because you feel some type of way right now with everything that's going on with this Israel and Palestine. And I get it. I get it. I feel it too. But stop telling your followers and all of these young people to not go vote. Because if you don't get your ass up and go to these polls next year, guess who will? Every right-wing nut that supports the Trump, that ideology, that supports Project 2025, because they know you're not going to go do it.
Yeah, they're going to get
so
y'all
we have
asses.
to stop. And as an influencer with a following as big as all of these these influencers have, baby, you got to be careful what you say on this app. You got to be careful what you are pushing out there, because that rhetoric of I'm not voting for Biden, I'm not voting for either. What? Then you're just going to allow them to win by default. And when they start implementing all that Project 2025, do not come on this app boo-hooing, crying, talking about this, talking about that. When you start to see your basic human rights get stripped away. And the fact that it's a lot of minorities on this app talking about telling people and telling their followers not to vote, baby, I want to slap all of you. Pay attention. Pay attention.
They're not going to pay
and do
attention.
your research before you go popping off at the mouth, telling people not to get up and exercise their right to vote. You may not agree with Biden. You may not agree with the Democrats and this and stuff that's going on right now with Palestine. I get it. But do not get on here and tell people not to vote. That is the absolute worst thing you can do. Get it together. Do your research. Click that search bar and go look up Project 2025. And then come back and let's have a conversation about the lesser of two evils.
All right. So we'll see. We'll see, honey. 2025 hit and they start rolling down that thing. Ooh. Girl. I don't know what to tell y'all. Okay. Ooh-wee. Y'all better prepare. But they not gonna learn and they not gonna do no research because they so distracted with all this other stuff in front of their face. They so distracted with all this other nonsense, they ain't gonna do it. All right, so we'll just see how this goes. But if you guys enjoy me bringing up these type of conversations, please press 2. I'm gonna let you guys go now. Please make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and share these videos, and comment, so I know to do more of these type of videos. All right, I'm going on here later on today about the Diddy situation, like around 7-ish. So I see you guys soon. Thank you guys for calling in, chiming in, commenting, liking, sharing. And I will see you guys sooner than later. DJ, where you at?